everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Liana. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick tutorial on how to wear makeup for us glasses wearers out there. I've been wearing glasses since I was about 10 years old, so rest assured I know what I'm talking about. The tutorials that are the most helpful are coming from people who have had years of experience actually wearing spectacles. So yeah, I've been wearing glasses for almost 2/3 of my life, so obviously I haven't been wearing makeup quite that long, but yeah, you learn a few things when you're nearsighted, and hopefully this will help some of you as well. So I'm going to have to take these off, and I am quite nearsighted, so I hope that I don't obstruct my face too much with the mirror. I'm going to try and tilt my head to the side and everything. I have what's considered clinical moderate nearsightedness at this point. So you know that I am not a huge foundation wearer in my day-to-day life, but I know many of you are. And obviously the biggest concern when wearing foundation is what to do when it gets around this area of the nose. A few things. Number one, look for a foundation that is transfer resistant. No foundation is 100% transfer proof, even the ones that say that they are transfer proof. The chances are they're not, but look for one that says that it is transfer resistant. Second, wear a primer in this area. You may even want to look into an eye primer, an eyeshadow primer, because those are quite tacky, and wear it just in this area here. So primer, then transfer resistant foundation, and then you want to take more powder than you would put on the rest of your face and press it into this area here. And that's your best bet in order to not have your foundation transfer off onto your glasses. Is it going to be 100% transfer proof by that point? It depends. I don't think I've ever had a foundation not transfer to some degree, but those are my best tips for you. I'm not going to be wearing any sort of full coverage foundation or anything today, but I am wearing this Nudestix Nudies Tinted Blur Stick in the shade Light 1, just to give myself a little bit of something over my redness. I am going to review this, but just so you know now, that's the size of it. And I have incredibly small hands, like smaller than average. So, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Now this is a two-sided mirror. This side is regular and this side magnifies, which comes in handy if you are nearsighted. Now, when wearing glasses, sometimes they have a tendency to cast even more of a shadow underneath your eyes. I already have dark circles and veining to begin with, so this is when I feel like color correcting is even more important than it already is for someone like me. So I am taking my color corrector, and this one is from Pixi. It's their correction concentrate in Brightening Peach. I believe they have another shade that's more for medium to deep skin tones as well, if this one doesn't work for you. You could use a brush with this, but I'm fine kind of just tapping it in with my fingers. And I'm just going to start putting my regular concealer on top. And hope I didn't mix in too much white. Sometimes that happens. But if it's a little bit brighter than normal, again, it's not going to really matter underneath my glasses so much. I'm just adding a little bit more coverage wherever I feel I need it on the rest of my face. Also just going to prep my eyelids for concealer. At this point, I usually just put my glasses back on for a second to make sure that I blended everything out correctly before setting it. And that looks okay. So I'm just going to take this Annabelle Perfect Matte Setting Powder, which says it's for all skin tones, but I can't attest to that because I only have one skin tone. With white powders, it's always hard to tell if it's going to work for everyone. It is a nice powder though. So eyebrows, I usually tend to go a little bit bigger when I'm wearing glasses. So let me put my frames back on for a second. You can see basically all of my eyebrows here, and my eyes look smaller. So just because of the frames that I have in my nearsightedness, I guess they make my eyes look smaller. So you can see there versus here. I tend to make my eyebrows a little bit more dramatic and my eye makeup kind of a little bit more toned down, but with the focus of making my eyes look a bit more bigger again. More bigger? No. A bit bigger again. I hate it when people say more bigger and yet I just said it, so. Anyway, yeah, so I don't mind having bigger eyebrows when I have my glasses on. Just to kind of balance everything out. It's always going to depend on what frames you have. So I'm going to fill in my eyebrows and kind of fill them in a little bit more dramatically. And this is when I usually take one of the darker eyeshadows from my Tartelette palette. The problem with being so close up to do this is, honestly, sometimes I feel like I go a little cross-eyed. So that's what I mean by more dramatic. It's quite a bit darker and more filled in than what I do on a daily basis. Still not like super over the top. And for the other brow, I honestly sometimes kind of have to switch to my left hand. And just kind of take it slowly in case I mess up. But it's powder, so even if I mess up, it can kind of be easily fixed. It's just the angle of using my right hand for the left eye and being this close doesn't really work, so I have to switch hands. Once I get more into the inner portion, it's not as bad. It's the outer portion that's harder to do with my right hand. See? You see how that would be kind of hard. Unless I went kind of at it from this angle, but then I still can't see quite as well. Now, as I said before, my eyes look smaller, and I like to try to make them look bigger, as they naturally are. Quite a bit big. Quite a bit big. They are quite a bit bigger. They're one of my better features, I like to think. They're kind of unique. They are that sort of unique shape where they have the whites showing on 3 sides instead of just on 2. And that makes them look kind of different. And because I can't see as well without my glasses, not nearly as well, I usually do just go for something quite simple, unless I'm feeling brave. So I'm just going to take these two E.l.f. Creme eyeshadows. These are the long-lasting Lustrous eyeshadows. Alliteration. This one is in Soiree and this one is in Confetti. And I'm going to take Soiree first. This one is kind of a mauve shade. Just on my finger, no big deal. Hopefully these aren't drying out or anything. Being too precise, if it gets in the crease, I don't really care. Because I'm going to blend out the crease a little bit. But I just want this sort of in the outer portion, then I'm going to put Confetti on the inner portion. I've been forgetting to use these, and these were some of the products I was trying to use in a project Use It Up, so my bad. I don't think I'm the type of person who's very good at project Use It Ups and panning and whatever. I don't like being forced to use particular makeup products. Then I get a little bored. Like stifled creatively, I guess you could say. Because it's kind of like, how dare you only make me use these particular items when I have so much more I'd like to do. And again, just taking that Confetti shade, just kind of like wiping off my finger on a tissue. This Confetti shade has always been more crumbly. As you can see, I've said that before, but I've never actually shown you in application, but yeah, there you go, you can see it now. It's just kind of chunky. I think I'm going to go over it with a pressed eyeshadow to make it look a little nicer. I can imagine that this Confetti shade would look kind of bad on hooded or mature lids, just because of how textured it is. Like Soiree looks so much nicer and it's the same formula. I'm kind of overlapping it just to make it blend a bit. Yeah, I'm going to grab a single eyeshadow. This is Quartz from Igneous Cosmetics. I'm going to use that over top of Confetti just to make it look a little prettier. If I can. I don't know if that's actually done anything or not. Oh well. For blending it in the crease, I'm taking the shade Sweetheart from the Tartelette In Bloom palette. I'm not really worried about bringing it in too far and blending it this way. And this is usually the harder part for me again. The left eye. I'm taking a little bit of that same shade and just connecting that on the outer portion of the lower lash line only, again to keep the lightness on the inner portion of my eye. I'm just going to take that Igneous Cosmetics Quartz shade on the inner corner here and all the way under here. And a little on the brow bone. I'm just going to use this NYX That's the Point eyeliner in Hella Fine. Draw a very small wing don't need a big wing, but sometimes a really small wing can make your eyes look a little bit bigger underneath glasses. Try to do it so you can see, but again, I'm like right up in the mirror here. And I don't even feel like I need to bring the eyeliner all the way in. I'm just kind of just stopping right there. I'm taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And what I do with mascara is I like to try and focus it more on the outer corners of my eye. So, I mean, I'll coat the entire lash, but I like to try and make it so that my eyes are more of like a cat eye effect, so. And again, you also have to keep in mind how close your eyes are to your glasses and how long your lashes are. I have long lashes, but my eyes aren't that close to my glasses, so they don't bump into the lenses. So you see how like I use a very generous amount there, and then I went in here. Sometimes I don't even add mascara on the lower lashes. I will, but I'm not going to use very much. And sometimes I just go over the outer portion, just the outer portion, with another coat. Just the outer portion. Can't stress that enough. Of course, it's important to let that dry before putting your glasses back on, just in case they do happen to touch. And then you can kind of see if everything is looking good. And again, my glasses kind of hang kind of low here, so I tend to want to leave them off in order to apply my blush. That's, again, your decision. I'm taking the Tarte blush in Party. I coined a new term the other day. It's part of the 4th day gift last year. I will put on a little bit of highlighter, but chances are with my glasses on you won't be able to see it too much. Whatever. This is the Annabelle Perfect Glow highlight in Topaz. For lips, I'm taking this Nudestix lip and cheek pencil in Sin. And this is the finished look. I hope you found this tutorial helpful in some way or another. I post Mondays and Fridays here on this channel, usually in the afternoons Eastern time. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys!